Okay, hello you beautiful people, welcome back. In this update we're going to check out Avalanche's price chart and I'm going to try to explain why, if we are bullish, soon, I'm going to say very soon actually, we have to see some rather strong moves to the upside. Now, before we get into all that good stuff, real quick, I think we have to talk about this very important news that because of the whole market condition, I'm gonna say it's probably going to go under the radar, but in my view, this is actually a massive deal. So, are you ready? Let's dive in and see what is going on. And in case you missed it, Hyundai, which is the world's third largest car maker, just became the first major South Korean company to run live stablecoin transfers on Avalanche. And this isn't like a test environment or maybe a sandbox. None of that. No, Hyundai's treasury team actually needed to move money from its United States subsidiary to its Mexico subsidiary, and instead of waiting the usual 3 to 4 hours through traditional banking, they converted dollars into USDC, moved it across Avalanche, and converted back, completing the entire process in an average of just 7 minutes. And that, my friends, is roughly around maybe 90-something% reduction in transfer time, and it happened with real money on a live system. And by the way, it's very important to note that a second pilot involving Hyundai's European subsidiaries is already scheduled for later this month, this time testing local currency transfers with Circle and also Visa as partners on the FX conversion side. Now, the reason that I think this is quite a bit more important than the headline suggests actually is because what Hyundai in here represents. You see, we are talking about a company with roughly $200 billion in annual revenue, operations in over 200 plus countries, and constant capital flows moving between dozens of subsidiaries across the whole globe. And the $20,000 transfer number in here that kicked this off, as you can see, it's very tiny, but I think that's not really important. What really matters in here is the blueprint that this is creating, because even if like 1% of Hyundai's internal cross-border flows migrate onto Avalanche rails, then okay, even in that case, that's like, I don't know, maybe like billions of dollars in annual stablecoin volume. And the moment that Hyundai scales this, okay, at that point, probably every other Korean conglomerate, including, for example, Samsung, LG, SK, and many more, has a proven real-world model to copy. The first major South Korean company tag in here is essentially a starting gun for Hyundai's competitors to evaluate the exact same solution, which could potentially accelerate Korean corporate adoption far faster than organic growth would ever have. So, in conclusion for this part, I think we should actually look at how this fits perfectly into every single thing that we have covered in the last couple of videos about AVAX. We talked about BNK Busan Bank completing stablecoins POCs on Avalanche. We talked about Progmat moving over $2 billion in Japanese securities on Avalanche. And also we talked about StraightX handling cross-border tourist payments in Singapore, and much more. I'm gonna say important than all these, we talked about, I think it was like 2 videos back, the Payment Collective covering 22 billion payout endpoints across 150 plus countries, and Hyundai is the latest break in what is now, I would say, a deliberate multi-country, multi-sector institutional infrastructure build-out on Avalanche, and the European pilot bringing in Circle and Visa alongside Hyundai's brand, I think means that Avalanche is now operating with the most credible names in regulated digital payments behind it. And I don't know about you guys, that to me, for a company that even its specialty is not in like a stablecoin area, to me, that's actually kind of a big deal. So I think overall, this is actually a very positive move for AVAX, not necessarily because of Hyundai itself. I mean, do not get me wrong, Hyundai is actually kind of a big deal, but I think the main reason for why this is really key and we should pay attention is actually because of the precedent that this thing is going to create. And if this goes well, I'm gonna say probably a lot of other Korean companies are going to adopt Avalanche as well, which is what we all love to see. So overall, very much positive news. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is going on in AVAX, and I'm gonna say what we talked about in the previous video. Yeah, pretty much do the T played out, because if you remember, the last time that we talked about Avalanche, specifically, we were around the highs, and the idea was that, well, okay, from here to about this point, we don't really see like a whole lot of a strong upward price action. We said this is a good sign, do not get it twisted, but it's not necessarily like a strong move in order for us to be able to say, you know what, maybe we are dealing with some sort of an impulse, hence why we argued, okay, maybe this is just part of a correction structure, and in that case, we said, do not be surprised in case in Avalanche you see a rather sharp move down in form of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order to once again get back to about these areas around $6 to $6.50 region in order to possibly complete the surveys for like an ABC flat. Now, as you can see, we did get our move to the downside, but there are actually some nuance, because if I just hide everything, question for you actually, how exactly are you able to say from the highs to about the lows, we are having a bit of a 5 wave? I don't know about you guys, from my POV, arguing that it's really hard and challenging to a degree. Yeah, I'm gonna say probably at that point, it shouldn't really be our base case. And instead, how about this? From here, we are having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down. This thing might be an ABC flat up, excuse me. There we go. And this can be another 5 wave down. So how about just a normal, beautiful ABC zigzag, which at that point, well, okay, we really cannot argue that we are having like an ABC running flat, or maybe, I don't know, like a WXY in form of a flat and a zigzag structure, since in a flat and a zigzag, we are not really allowed to, for example, go and take the height of this initial high right in here and then have a zigzag down. Not really. I mean, sure, there are some scenarios which in them I would like to be a bit flexible with the rules, but I'm gonna say nope, this isn't really one of those. So now in AVAX, if I want to insist on being bullish, I have to just entertain the idea of this phase being from here, maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4 to about maybe this point in form of a triangle, and then another move up into wave 5. And essentially, I'm trying to tell you, yeah, you know what, maybe we are having a 1, 2, 1, 2 scenario. Meaning, let's just hide the waves. There we go. Okay, so this can be on a higher degree. 5 up into 1, correction for 2, and for 6. Good move on the upside into wave 3, 4, 5, which on a higher degree even, it's going to be into this wave 3, and then 4, and then 5. Now, very important point, pay attention please. Elliot suggests in most cases, not all the time, but in most cases, wave 3 is actually a rather strong and extended move to the upside. And well, if in AVAX we are going to have a similar situation, what do you think is going to happen next? I'm gonna say we pretty much have to see a rather strong move to the upside, and if we go up, I think we are going to go in a relatively strong manner. Why? That comes down to the pattern that we talked about before. See, when we were around the highs, the idea was that there is a chance that this is going to end up being a beautiful head and shoulder structure, and even right now, this head and shoulder, it's not really confirmed yet. Okay, very important to understand. You need to be a bit patient and see, are we going to get a successful break of the next line right in here or not? What do I mean by that? I mean, we go above the line, do a consolidation in here, and then have yet another move on the upside. And if we are going to do this, again, since we're going to be on our way to complete a wave 3, then okay, odds are this phase is going to accelerate quite a bit, and it is going to be a rather sizable move to the upside because, well, what's the target for or supposedly head and shoulder structure? First things first, you have to put your chart on regular scale. I'm just gonna keep telling you this in every single update so you don't really make that mistake. There we go. And then you should measure the height of your head and shoulder from here to about this point and put this thing at your breaking point. This is giving you maybe like an $8.5 to $9 avalanche, meaning from the current point, if we're gonna go up, this translates to about, yeah, maybe like a nice 30% pump, which I don't know about you guys, it's really not that bad. But if you want to make sure that this scenario is happening, I would like to suggest just be a bit patient and see, are we going to confirm this head and shoulder or not? When we confirm it, I think we can actually open some long positions and be optimistic with quite a good bit of confidence. And honestly, if you are a fair value and long-term investor like me in AVAX, well, okay, I think your name of the game is just DCA dollar cost averaging, and as we go lower in Avalanche, you're probably better off just simply buy the dips one by one in order to get your average purchase as low as possible, and just honestly let time and fundamentals take care of the rest. If you're a trader, okay, fair enough, pay attention to this important beautiful head and shoulder structure and see is it going to play out or not. If you are an investor, honestly don't really pay attention to these things. Just understand that in Avalanche, either we have set our final low or we are extremely close to hitting our final low. So again, your name of the game is just DCA. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in AVAX's chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.